Uh-oh, it wasn't a nightmare. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to Making It Work. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to spend a day on flat rate. That's how we do it. Fix cars, keep the world moving. And we keep our own lights on. Seems to work out pretty well. Most people are generally happy. Things have gotten really expensive though. Things have gotten really expensive. It's a sign of the times, I guess. Everything's going up. Oddly, I'm making less money than I did last year at this time, but I guess that'll sort itself out eventually. But I'm going on vacation soon. Still about 3 or 4, almost 4 weeks away. Second to last weekend in April. I think we leave on the 19th, come back on the 27th. But there'll be videos that week. But while I'm gone on the cruise, I won't be able to film any videos for the following week, so that'll be the problem. We'll see if we can come up with something. The videos I try to put together real quick to have something for that week don't seem to do very well anyway. So we'll see what we do this year. So now you're filled in on that. We got a couple cars out in the parking lot, a Mazda and a Chrysler. Mazda has no bumper on the front and it's lowered, so it's about an inch off the ground. Probably can't lift it. We'll see. The lady with the dually Freightliner Mercedes Sprinter never showed up. She was supposed to come yesterday to show us that it was just a loose drive shaft. She didn't show up. Maybe she'll be here today. I still got to put that dash back together as you saw earlier, but we should be able to finish that up. I got the intake off the Avalanche so we can do a cam sensor and a throttle body. We're hoping that fixes it. It's so intermittent. The problems are so random and intermittent. She's like, well, go ahead and put the parts on, because for you to spend hours and hours and hours trying to prove it out, she said it's going to cost more than the parts. I said the only way that can be a problem is if we put the parts on and it still doesn't. Then you also got to spend hours and hours finding out what else it could be, which after that, it's defective parts, wiring, or something in the PCM itself. So you kind of narrow it down. She did mention that she has been spending a lot of money on that car and she's not having any fun doing it anymore. Anyway, beautiful morning, a little warm. It's like 68 degrees already. That means it's going to be pretty warm today, probably in the upper 80s. Hope it's nice where you're at. I know some people have been having up and down weather. So I see in the comments some people had 81 degrees yesterday and 22 degrees today. I hate it when that happens. You got to have like those zip up pullovers and things, layers you can take on and off depending on the weather. Florida's always like that in the winter. But this time of year, just going to keep ramping up the heat till we get to summer. And then we'll be trying to stay inside. Just like the opposite of like Alaska. Let's get this place open up. Stay tuned. All right, this Jeep held a vacuum overnight, real nice. So now I'm doing the vacuum and fill. Still got to put the interior back in it, but we got to get this Avalanche done first. We got a cam sensor from the General Motors Corporation. We got a throttle body not from the General Motors Corporation. Oh wait, it is. Genuine GM parts. Look at that son of a gun. That's nice. We got an intake manifold set, although the intake gaskets really don't look bad on this. I guess we're warrantying them out. You just pop off the two clips. Pretty easy to swap them out, so we'll do it. Pulled this out yesterday. She's been through some stuff. Looks like someone had put RTV around the O-ring at some point. And then look at this one. Just on how pretty it is alone. And just in case, I'll keep the original one. Although you can't change it back. I don't know what it costs, but to change it back, you got to take the intake off because it doesn't fit out with the intake in the way. The hose that goes from the valve cover to the throttle body, the vent hose broke. It's $60. Put a little clean engine oil in this O-ring, pop it in there, we'll start putting it back together. Shouldn't take long. I won't have the hose to finish it, but I can get everything else back together. You don't get special effects like that on just any YouTube channel. That's awesome. Now the seal's not at the top either, it's at the bottom. By the way. There it goes. With the T-Rex arms, it's not easy to reach back here either. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Oh, here it is. It's the larger thread bolts. And I didn't cover the intake ports because my thinking this is only going to be a few minutes. Electrical plug, which I checked the wires. I don't see anything going on with those. I did lose the rubber deal. The rubber dealio is gone. The weather pack connector is gone. I hope I don't have to get them to replace that just because of that. See if I can dig something up from the wiring connectors we have around, just to keep dirt and grease out and stuff like that. I found one. I'm not sure if it's the exact right size, but we'll see. It's not exactly right, but it's close. Let's see. Not in love with it. I think I gotta find something a little smaller. This one's out of my personal stash. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit either, but we'll see. Ah, that's a lot better. Oh, that's what I'm wanting. That is what I'm wanting. That intake gaskets and installation, which I believe pretty straightforward. This gasket we've got is the kind you put it down on the heads. It's got little rings that sit around the two bolts on either side. Instead of snapping onto the intake, it goes in that way. No big deal. The wire connector is back there is for the map. It's ready to go. I got to feed the purge valve in because it's easier to disconnect it from the top and feed it out of here than it is to get disconnected from the bottom. But what I could probably do is disconnect it from the bottom now. But it's no big deal. We'll just do it this way. Especially with the gaskets not on the intake. Should be easier, right? You would think. Get these bolts started. If the gasket moved, obviously you wouldn't get all these bolts started. This little ratchet is a little badass, I'll tell you what. You actually got to be careful with it because there's no torque adjustment on it. I just tend to let it go like that when it's starting to get crazy, or go slower. Can't see that one, it's hidden by the fuel rail pretty good. That's the only one you really can't see too good. I don't remember the torque spec on these, but I'll have to look it up. It's probably like 11 foot-pounds or something, or 105 inch-pounds. 89 inch-pounds, and yes, I'm using a swivelly socket. It's probably going to be good. That's an aftermarket gasket too, so I'm not sure if that throws everything out the window. Listen, the main reason I want to do it is make sure I didn't miss one. Because what's the odds of missing it with your power tools and with a torque wrench? Pretty low, I'm gonna say. Pretty low. Got to switch over the throttle body hose. I got a couple things to button up here too, but I want to get this on first. Squeeze clamp. A lot of people wonder what these are for. It's a de-icer. It's one of the first things people remove when they think it's high performance to take stuff off. But it's just for colder climates. We don't really need it here. I'm not sure if the newer ones even have this still. I want to say the newer ones, it's not in the throttle body. Yeah. Now, the other end of that hose is over here. Got to kind of tweak everything on at the same time. It's a little bit of a squeeze to get it in there. Now, this one is a snap clamp that I gotta release once I get it in place, which might prove to be the most exciting thing you see on YouTube today, because they tend to fight a little bit sometimes. Told you it'd be a fiasco getting that done. Now, we are doing shotgun auto services here, but customer is fully aware. Very good customer.
And the dashboard back together by 5 o'clock?
Dashboard's already back together, man. What are you talking about?
No,
Oh, you want the seats and doors in it?
I mean, it's all up and running by 5 o'clock?
I don't know. I'll stay late if I have to. If I have to work extra hours to do the hours I did last year, that's what I'll do. I'm here for the shop, man. Every man for the shop and no man for himself. Take a picture.
501.
That never happens. I never work late. If in my mind, if I'm going to work on all the 84 Lincolns, and then I have to work late to make up the time.
84 Lincoln?
Yeah.
84 was it?
Yeah.
It was?
Something like that. 89? I don't know.
89.
What does it matter? Those 5 years change everything for you? It's all the same junk. Well, you know, we do what we can every day. That's all you can do. All you can do is play the cards you're dealt. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's the rough one. You got to use a wrench to get this little guy. The newer ones I don't think have this bracket to hold the harness down, because all them horsepowers, the wire harness might come flying out of there. You gotta be careful. What Giuseppe's talking about is, this morning in our meeting they said we should be willing to work late to achieve the shop's goals. I'm like, well, if the shop's way ahead of last year, but my hours are down, and I was the highest producer last year. So I don't know how that all happens, but I have to work late now to get up to where I was last year. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not very motivational, honestly. When things are going well, I'm making good money, then yeah, it motivates me to do more. But when I feel like I'm pissing into the wind, it doesn't motivate me. It'd be silly to think it should. If I have problems with...
over here, do you need anything from me?
No, not that I know of at the moment.
Awesome.
Just a hose, that's all I need. What's up?
Yeah, that's what we're going to go quick.
What's up? There was a throttle learn procedure, but...
I got 2 car tickets on the board. First one is our Chrysler. It is getting already purchased a alternator for bearing noise. The second is, it's got a random misfire that doesn't seem to happen all the time. I've got paperwork history of the car, gentlemen. And the last one is a grinding brake diag hanging on the board after the crossfire.
This is the hose from yesterday, by the way. Very crumbly. It was already broken, and it just broke worse. $61 our cost. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, but we could use just a piece of 3/8 hose, but in my experience, it won't take long, a few months at the most, and that hose collapses, and then it's not pulling a vent on the crankcase. So, hose is going to be here tomorrow. Chevrolet. With the new throttle body, a lot of times you got to do throttle body learn, and the cam sensor as well, cam crank relearn. So we'll go in and make sure we got that corrected. See how this thing runs. I still need that hose, but I put a cap on the port coming from the manifold for now. So I'll be able to run it a little bit. I wouldn't run it extensively or tow anything until that hose is hooked back up, because the crankcase fumes aren't being evacuated correctly. So we don't want any of that. I'm going to bring up the throttle body learn. We'll do that first. And then we'll do cam crank sensor relearn, because you got to go wide open throttle to do the cam crank relearn. And it puts it in RPM limit at around 3,800 or so to go whoop, 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 and then let off the gas, and it's done. But you got to have the throttle body right first. All right, we have no codes, special functions, crank position variation relearn. I don't see active test tack system. Nah, that's one we did before replacing the throttle body. I thought there'd be a special functions throttle body learn. There is not. Nope. Okay, let's start it up. One thing I like, I didn't get the extended crank we were getting before. Usually after it sits a long time, you get it every time. So that's a good sign. Got a nice high idle. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit. You don't want to do the crank relearn with it cold. It'll probably tell you too, and want a certain temperature, I believe. We will see. I think 168 was the threshold or so. 4,000 RPM is what it wants. I'm going to see if it says it in the next page. Should not exceed the calibrated RPM, 4,000. Release at once if value is exceeded. Lock drive wheel, set the parking brake, cycle ignition on. Apply and hold down the brake pedal, start the engine, turn off the AC. Foot on the brake. Sometimes if it doesn't see you touching the brake, it won't let you do it too. Wait for minimum engine coolant temperature. So that's what we'll do. And once it says it's okay, it'll say wide open throttle. So we'll let it run a minute and we'll come back. Alright, temperature is up. Accelerate to wide open throttle. Release if fuel cutoff occurs. Did not occur. Learn this ignition. Second attempt it worked. That's kind of sketchy. It almost got to 6,000 revs. You let off as quick as you can, basically, when that happens. It's a little nerve-wracking with a 300,000 mile engine to zing it like that, but I'm sure she's racing this thing constantly. Anyway, the throttle relearn is done. We'll check it for codes. Make sure. No trouble codes. This one should be fixed. I do have to get the hose on it, and then I can put the engine cover on, but for now, I'm going to park it around back. We can use this bay for something else. Joe's on vacation the rest of the week, so we're going to have some fun. Alright, we're back on the Jeep from yesterday. We're working with Schmegma. I'm not wearing gloves. I'm living on the edge today. That's alright. The harnesses get snapped into the shifter. Once these bolts are all in place, shifter cable goes on this pin back here you can't see, and then snaps into the base. Nice and easy. I did my grounds, bracket, and the braces yesterday at the end of the day real quick. Harness is all back where they go. This goes to the console when it gets plugged in. I got this connector I ran up yesterday. These ducts are going to be next. I believe it goes to this after it gets snapped on here. Should be a plastic push pin for it. These other ducts, you gotta have to kind of fold them because they don't really fit. You gotta kind of make them fit. It's a very light vinyl. I'm gonna give it another once over, make sure I got all my electrical connectors under here, and then I can drop this carpeting in on this side. I'm gonna use my blowgun to try to blow some of the schmegma out of it if I can. Now, this is gonna go under the connector, and I believe it goes under this carpet section as well. And this is what they wanted you to take all this off, all this trim off here for that, which seems kind of silly to me. So we ain't doing it. Under this cross member and over the carpet. Oh, candy, that's all right. I think the last person that was in here doing this job was a little haphazard with a couple of screws and the way the carpet was in. And I just got to get it to relax and get to all my bolts. I got most of that mold out of there, but it's not coming out 100%. I got to go wash my hands because there's something sticky all over them now. Lord knows what it is. The console can go in once both pieces of carpet are in. Got my 2 bolts in under here. This panel just snaps on one connector. Snap that. That upper panel all snaps in. Now I need my stereo system. 5 connectors is what we should have. And that's what we got. Big one gets a lever deal, I hope. These are color coordinated. There's white, yellow, and purple. Oh, this goes upside down that way. That's why it was upside down. Yellow, white, purple, and the coaxial antenna deal. Oh, you know what? Ha! That was silly. That's what happens because it was from yesterday. This goes in first and has to screw down. So we'll just undo it, no big deal. One way to not set records in the shop is to do everything twice. It really is standard operating procedure lately, really, because that's what happens when you're working too fast. You're out of your comfort zone, even just a little bit. Make mistakes. That's how you guys will do work like this and end up with piles of screws. High five and how awesome, how fast they got it done. And the shop's real happy. They made lots of money. And someday, someone goes in there to work on it and finds all the stuff that's missing. It doesn't ever seem to really be too much of a problem for the person that did it, though. I wonder if they watch videos and see cars they might have worked on and go, oh man, I did that. And if it bothers them at all. I doubt it. Sometimes I'll be sleeping and thinking about a repair I did and go, crap, did I torque that bolt? Did I do this? Did I do that? Whatever the case may be. And I literally am lucky because I get to edit my videos and go, okay, I did. But I think that's, when you care about what you're doing, I think that's a normal thing. To sit there going, oh crap, did I do that? I don't remember doing it. But the guys that make the most money normally could care less when they're done and never crosses their mind again. Comes back in a tow truck, they're mad, they're like, shit, I'll just sell them something else. They're not taking responsibility, trying to do the best job they can, and all those kinds of things. They're knocking it out, getting pat on the back, making lots of money. And the only thing they got to worry about is their repair showing up on Royalty Auto. or on car care nut as one of the inferior shops. They have to constantly go behind and redo their work. It's an interesting business, but none of this stuff is new. Been going on since the beginning of time. You guys saw taking the seats out and all that yesterday, right? One connector, 4 bolts on each seat. Drop the floor mats in. Hang the doors. I'll have to get a helper for the doors. I took them off by myself. But putting them on has got to be a lot more ginger, because you're going to be going towards the fender with it and all. You got to be real careful. Having a helper. Although I rarely like to do that. Sometimes you have to. I'm using this knee pad for protecting my knees and cleanliness. Now, got to get to my electrical connectors first. These go to the shifter panel. There's also one here. This connector, I think that goes to another panel. So, it's pretty nasty that the console's sticky, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's 4 of these 10mm bolts. You gotta find a bunch of quarters. They're all nasty. Literally turning green. Like this. It's always the last way you try. Gotta get this tether in here. Doesn't really reach, but we're gonna make it reach. Now, the headliner part. Just the most ridiculous thing ever is all it is. They couldn't just have this go over the headliner. I don't know, every other one, that's what it does. Not this car. The headliner goes in after the A-pillars are in place. That's basically how this one works, but literally like some of the dumbest stuff I've ever seen in all these years. Definitely the dumbest thing I've seen today. Now the headline is probably messed up like this because of the last time this dash was out. I don't know, but should have done this before the wheel, like I said yesterday, but all the screws for the seats were where the carpeting goes and all that stuff. Seats are about 100 pounds, 80 pounds, something like that. Really awkward. But they go. 4 bolts and a connector. Then we're gonna hang the doors.
So you think you'll block me out?
Giuseppe is copyrighted. No check, no bid yet.
Right. Sí, señorita. Let me buckle out this junk.
Big deal, see? It is EZ. I also got to do, the Torx goes in a stop strap. These little guys hold the hinges on. Bacalao. Tell you what, that thing has got some chutzpah. I tighten that up with, oh, I put my 3/8 away. I'm so efficient. Put stuff away before I'm done with it. This ratchet's got the power of a 3/8. It's nasty. Nasty. 3/8. Giuseppe's got a lot going on over there. I'm gonna come around this side. No adjustment required.
Oh my God. Holy shit, that was fast.
Oh my God.
You got that put back together extremely quickly, sir.
And I don't have any leftover screws. Bonus points.
You don't have any leftover screws? No?
Matter of fact, I had to get 2 screws out of my box because someone has been in there before. And there was screws missing from the HVAC case. But we got it.
Damn it, Joe. It's Joe that worked on it last.
Did he have the dash out of it?
I don't think he had it out.
Oh,
no,
okay.
He just was looking up inside the evaporator trying to see if he could see it, but I'm only kidding.
Where the screws were missing was near the blower motor, which it looks like you got to take the HVAC case out to do the blower motor, unless you can sneak in there under the glove box. I don't know. It's a Jeep thing. Fiat has absolutely destroyed this brand.
Yeah, the last real Jeep was a TJ and an LJ. After that, they were dead.
I don't know the J's, but I know the 4-liter was good.
Yeah, that's the same here. As soon as the 4-liter died, they went with the car.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, big dog? Big dog. What's your man? How you doing? Not too bad. What about yourself? Working. Got a full shop. Yeah, that's what I saw. Better than last week. Push me straight back.
Bacalao.
Push you straight back.
He thinks because he helped me with the doors, he owns me now.
Trying to work, Giuseppe. God, man.
He thinks because he helped me with the doors, he owns me now.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Hey, I like the battery terminal. That might not be able to close the hood that way. Where you going? To the street? Because you're going pretty fast. You got brakes? Hope you got brakes. It's a Mazda. Of course it don't run. Sorry, Mazda guys. Just a joke. Just a joke. I gotta turn the AC on. I don't think the AC is even on. Come here a second. Hey, it's not on. I hope I didn't unplug anything. But I think it probably defaults to off. Maybe. AC. Auto. The temperature defaults to 72. Oh, it's on. You see the compressor, the low side pressure coming down. Compressor's running. Let's go lower. Lower. Because it's not that warm out yet. And now it's kicking. Okay, we got AC. Life is good. Oh, this is off. I'm going to turn that on. Think about that. I put her stuff back on the seat. The console is cleaner, but it's not. I didn't detail everything. Pays 10 hours plus the evac and recharge. That's almost exactly how long it took. I might be ahead an hour maybe. If I was ahead a little more, then yeah, I would have taken some time and cleaned all that off while it was apart. I got a feeling it'd probably just be messy in a month or two again, so I wasn't as worried about it as it might normally be. All I got to do now is road test this, make sure there's no weird noises, all my turn signals work, which if everything works and it starts and the screen lights up, you probably got it all, because it's all big connectors with lots of circuits in each one. Shift indicator's lit, all that stuff's working, so this one should be done. Got to top up the coolant because we had the heater core out, which I already did it, but I got to check to make sure it doesn't drop. Probably after a road test. We didn't drop the coolant below the thermostat, so we won't have a problem with it. Start AC on max. I did that. Now it's going to pull the refrigerant out of the high side hose into the low. Then we're done. One cap, one engine cover. I think I got to do that silly crossfire next, but we'll see. Hopefully we can figure something out and get it solved for the customer and make a living doing it. We'll see. Look at this 2015 Chrysler 300. It's a beautiful car. Joe looked at this before he went on vacation. Condenser and cooler lines. Apparently it came apart. Came out of the condenser. It's broken inside here. He had this cover off. He said it was broken. We gotta take the bumper off, get to the condenser. see what's going on in there for sure, but we got new parts, we'll be good. I drove it in without the line connected, which is weird. The only reason you can, it's got a thermostat in the lines, and it bypasses the cooler until it warms up. And once it's hot, then it would start leaking. So, kind of a strange deal, but it's a nice clean car. Look at the interior on this thing. Nice. I wonder why the dash is lit up. It'd be nice if I can get it done today. We only got 2.5 hours left. I think it pays like 4 hours. We'll see. If I get the bumper off and stop procrastinating. What's the word? Procrastinating? That's it. I'm thinking I got to take this out to get the cooler lines replaced. I'm not sure where to go to. I probably don't have to. It's right down here. I almost wonder if someone worked on this thing and didn't get it snapped in all the way. Oh, it's definitely damaged. It's definitely got some stuff going on. I can see why he recommended it. All right, I'm gonna lift it up. Usually 2 or 3, 4 fasteners or so on each wheel liner, and then down the bottom there'll be some. And you can lift the whole bumper off. It's just basically decoration, aerodynamics. I don't think I even have to take the wheels off because I can turn them pretty easily. Now we got contrast from that direction. It's always about the contrast when you're doing videography. And I'm an expert, apparently. I actually am into photography a little bit, but I'm no expert, that's for sure. So it made me think I could make YouTube videos. I said, you know what? The people need to be informed. I need to figure it out either way. Jeez Louise. There's a few of these clips, and you can't even see the ones I'm working on now, so it's kind of silly that I'm filming it. Speaking of expert videography, you're not supposed to pull out without sliding out first to let the 2 ears squeeze together. But they're coming out, that's fine. I ordered the paint for my project truck. For those of you that watch those videos, I ordered an ivory color, Ferrari red, 332 Rosso Corso, I think it's called. Ryan recommended it and I saw it. I was like, yeah, that's the red I want. It'd be kind of cool that it's a Ferrari red because of high performance pickup truck and stuff. Guess how much it is? Tell me in the comments how much you think it is. I'm a little bit embarrassed about it. Well, I'll give you a hint. I didn't pay the first price they told me. It was $1,332. And I said, well, that's way too much. I didn't want to order the paint online. I wanted to order it from my Napa paint center. That's where I got it from last time, but I said, you know what? I can't pay that. Knowing what I can buy it for online. Thanks anyway. And he called me back 5 minutes later and gave me the price I ended up paying. A lot of you aren't probably interested in my project truck videos, but for those that are, I don't want to hurt the paint. I need to see if there's more attachment. There might be more attachment. I think this is one right chaw. And I don't think...
Ain't that right, J-Mon?
You got it, baby. You have got it. 10 millimeter, and I don't see any other one. And then we're going to take the under tray off the bottom too. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now it's in my hair. Damn it. It's got the old European car sponge on the bottom. It's very helpful when your stuff is leaking all over the place. Obviously, I'm not afraid of a little work. I'm afraid of a lot of work, but I'm not afraid of a little work. The size is a 7. Where's the water coming from? Is the radiator leaking too? Let's hope not. This condenser is what I was told. I'm using two separate magnetic trays, one for screws from the bottom and one for screws from the top. Feels like it's easier to not forget where stuff goes that way to me. Want to see? I'm going to show you. Look at that. Can you believe that? That's just from the bottom. This over here is from the top. Air filter screw. That's a mess. We got to clean that up anyway. Kind of jumping ahead of myself a little bit, I think, but I know we're putting the lines on anyway. Might as well start on it. These are just like the other ones. Radiator cooler lines. You don't want to lose them because they're a slightly different diameter. Why don't you try it? Gravity check. That's going in the lost and found. Now it's kind of alarming pulling this off of here. Just a heads up. It's perfectly normal, they say. It's also around the headlight too. Keeps it from falling off, I guess. Oh, we got some more push pins on it. I thought I only had a couple. Now you can just wait and enjoy the show. Something's holding it over here. What is it? It's not breaking. That's interesting. Let's see if we can uncatch it. Wow. It's not designed to be uncut. There it is. I really don't want to mess up the paint. What are you guys doing, man? The Fiat have their hands in this one too. Those sons of guns. It's a little fragile little plastic clip in here. I'll show you when I get this off. It's kind of alarming how they... There you go. My gracious goodness. Oh, I got to disconnect the marker lights too. It's supposed to be easy. Oh, there it is. A little push tab like a Mercedes would have. Makes sense. So it almost is a Mercedes. Oh, this one's different. Be right back. You wait here. Oh, it's raining. What the heck? Don't worry, bumpers get wet all the time. Won't hurt nothing. I put it out here, so if it does try to roll backwards, the barrel's there. Where that line came off, right down here. See, the clip is still in place. It literally broke out of the condenser. Hopefully there's no blockage in the transmission when that thermostat opens that forced that thing out because of crazy high pressure, but I would have thought a rubber hose would burst first. Sadly, we're going to have to fix it, put these new parts in, and see what happens before putting the bumper on, maybe, something like that. Let it warm up, get our fluid levels all right, and see how it goes, and then put the bumper on if everything's A-okay, I guess. I got to pull these plastic covers off here so I can get to the condenser. I've got to pull the refrigerant. This is probably 1234YF. Yep, Kimberly's picking up her Avalanche. She's happy. It runs great, by the way. Did that crank relearn. It's starting great now. No extended crank, no restart, second attempts things. Starts up every time right at the bat. The throttle seems more responsive too, kind of strange. The only problem is I heard a little bit of a lifter tick after doing the crank relearn. But it seemed to have gone away after it ran a little bit, and I had one of the guys take it for a ride up front. They thought it ran great too, so hopefully it'll serve her well for a little while, no more trouble. Don't worry, I'm gonna edit this way down. It'll be two or 3 minutes for you guys. the ambient air sensor. It wasn't attached. It's supposed to be. We'll find out where it goes. Somewhere down here. Wouldn't be surprised if it pushes over one of these bumper bolts, that kind of thing. Let's get the refrigerant out of it. 1234 YF is going to be an hour, but not a lot of options. You don't want to just vent $500 worth of refrigerant into the air. Before it just pulls the refrigerant out for me, it's going to make sure it's the right refrigerant. Let's hope it is. Otherwise, I have to get creative. And then we'll have to charge them for refrigerant if it says contaminated. You see how this disconnects? There's a couple of clips. Oh, there's a bolt here. And it looks like a clip. And then a bolt on the bottom. Okay. Take note, this little air deflector goes over the condenser. So you got to kind of pull it up, because this will probably flop down a little bit when I pull it out. You can take the horns out of the way too, 10 millimeters if I wanted to make it a little easier. I had to use a wrench to break them loose. They were pretty tight. But then they spun right out. Just a quarter turn with the old ratchet wrench. Did I mention I like that tool yet? I'm not sure if I did. The machine passed the refrigerant. It's pulling it down as we speak. Hopefully it won't take too long. It's doing first stage recover, second stage recover. It's going to drive me a little crazy, but it's 3:30 according to Making It Work clock. We got time. We'll wait it out. It's under a vacuum. Now if I just pop those off there, I'll use this here. That's all. I'm gonna let the machine do its thing, make sure it's happy. And then take some of these screws out, 8mm, 4 of them. This thing should be out. I gotta watch it doesn't do that on a new. Oh, yeah, that's better. Be careful going back together, because 3 of the screws go into plastic and 1 goes into metal. If you get in a rush, you're not looking. That's when stuff happens. Oh, the machine's getting really sad right now. I can hear it. Pause. Cancel. Out to scrap you go. Well, we gotta first measure the new one. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. And all the rags get soap on them and stuff over here. I liked it when they were on the other side. Another one of the many things that's not up to me. He's on the lift without lifting the car. He's too funny, man. He does a lot. I'm like, why don't you just lift it up? He goes, it's a hassle to put the legs underneath the back. It's so funny. Hey man, whatever makes you happy, makes you happy. Let's see what we got in this box. What do you say? It's down here. I'm not paying attention again. What the heck? And this thing's in like a Secret Service level secret protection, whatever. Oh, that's the wrong tool. Listen. Linda. There you go. That's the same. I just measured it. Send this back to the Secret Service where it came from. Also known as the T100. First generation AI sanitation vehicle. Wow, this has got provisions for another kind of cooler on it too. That's something. What is that for? You guys know? There's one on each side. It wasn't on the other one. Alright. It is what it is, because it isn't what it ain't. I'll come down and set the lift for you if you want. I feel bad. It's making my back ache. Oh no, that was the dash work I had to do. Never mind. Had nothing to do with watching him work. My air deflector's all on top like I was hoping. What could go wrong? I gotta take the 13 millimeter. I think they're 13s. Should be 14. Should be air pressure in that too. 14. Let's see. There it is. Usually vacuum, actually, not pressure, but. What do you think? Piece of cake, right? Quick, easy 3 hours plus the evac and recharge. This was Joe's ticket, man. This is the best ticket I've had all week. I'm gonna take more of his work when he comes back. Had to something banging in the bumper. That's loud and obnoxious. Had to transfer over the studs from the old one to the new one. I went to put the lines on. I'm like, hey, there's no studs. Wasn't any in the box either. I looked. Now I got to take this machine off of here so that I can do the cooler lines, which has me thinking maybe I shouldn't have bragged how this is a good ticket yet. Because I haven't changed the cooler line. I got both ends disconnected, so all I gotta do now is find out what holds it in the middle, and it's out, right? That should be easy. I can brag. I'm alright. I'm alright. Let's calm down. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I can put this. For some reason, I feel compelled right now to put this on first, then lift it up and do the cooler lines. That doesn't make me a bad person. Just makes me go, while I'm thinking of this, I'm going to do it. Some might say squirrel, to which I reply, poppycock. Rabbit, more like it. I can't put the splash plastic air deflector on the other side till the lines are hooked up. That's next. We're lifting it up. Drain's been emptied. Line drainage is commencing. Let that cook a minute. And then season to taste. Let go of my wrench. Always trying to help. Because I got a light on my cool Milwaukee ratchet. I know I'm going to get transmission fluid all over me, so at some point I just get it over with. Seems like if I separated them, it'd be a lot easier. I think they're 21 or 22. Can you see them? Let's see what size the block is. Bigger than a 22. That's a 20. You guys trying to make it so I don't have the right wrench, but guess what? I have all the wrenches. Every single wrench. 15/16, 24 millimeter, same. If you don't know, now you know. Oh, this is going to drip too, isn't it? Yeah, the other side's almost done dripping. We'll put some rags under it. Move the drain pan. Minimize the mess in case more fluid comes out of here and back here. And we'll get ready to take a transmission fluid shower. It only seems right when you're working on transmission leaks. Go. I'll let that drip a minute. And I'll have to disassemble the new one, of course, but it's an O-ring fitting. This lower one goes to the lower one up there. Ugh. Oh. Making quite the mess down here now. Oh, I see what you're doing. Wherever I don't put the drain, that's where it's going to come out. Okay. Okay, I'm down with that. Cherry bombs. That's a DD Speed Shop muffler he's got on his Chevy truck. Uh-oh. I lost my doily. Now we're going to have to eat with our fingers. Like savages. Dude, I keep thinking it's only one more turn. It's only one more turn. It's only one more turn. It was 7 turns. It wasn't one. In theory, this comes out easy now. Told you. Can't believe you would doubt me like that. Now I got to disassemble a new one and reverse the process. Oh. They're not tight. I'm glad I checked. I guess they want you to separate it all. Cool. I have to check the other side, make sure it's tight now, of course, but feels like it is. Nope. Wonder why it wasn't tight. The bag is sealed. They send you an assembly without it being tight. That's has to be for assembly purposes, I would assume. What do you guys think? Is Dorman doing us wrong, setting us up for failure, sending us loose stuff? Well, you know what? I think this bottom one, I'll leave it a crack loose because I got to get it into fittings in the transition. I'm keeping these in order too, top and bottom, because they're just slightly different. I'm going to put my clips in my transmission, don't forget that. Oh yeah! Can't finish off the day with sketchy audio. Gotta get the backup mic hooked up. I want it under the other line. I want this one snapper doodled in place. That does two things. I'm prying the cap on and verifying it doesn't pop out. And get this AC machine back on it and get that process started. I'm not going to put the bumper on until I verify everything's hunky-dory. High side's easy to get to. Low side, not so much. To do the low side, you gotta go over the river and through the woods. You can't reach, I gotta lower the car some more. It's back here underneath facing down for some reason. I know it's not to make it easier. If it's not completely straight, it doesn't go on. Okay, it's got to be tilted inward towards the shock tower, I should say, outward. I know I threaded this all the way, didn't I? I left the turn on the table. That's what happened. My fault, it's not theirs. It's under a vacuum. Everyone should be happy eventually. Since it's under a vacuum, right? There's a rubber grommet in the back here. I want to try to get this pin to go in. There it is. I hope Joe took these clamps loose because they were all loose. Either way, I don't think he took this one loose. It was off, but it wasn't loose. Maybe it fell off when he messed with it. I don't know. Alright, listen, man. At the end of the day, I'm tired. I need a horn. In Kissimmee, you gotta blow your horn. I mean, road travel is virtually impossible without a horn around here. Boom, bang, bang, boom. One more push pin for that I gotta find. Let me just see if it holds a vacuum, get some training fluid in it once we start it up. Boom. AC's working. That's good. Nice and cold. I gotta get this transmission fluid sorted out and we'll be good to go. See if I can find, there's no dipstick. I think I gotta fill this from the transmission pan. All right, we got a drain plug, fill plug on the side here. You see why it's stripped, because it doesn't clear the floorboard. 8 millimeters away from clearing, I guess. Let's see what size it is. Make corrections. It's an 8 millimeter Allen. 8 millimeters away from clearing. We're closing down, and I am trying to finalize this car. I'd have probably been done if I had, if the floor was 8 millimeters further away. We get more fluid. That's the end of that fluid. Ooh, doggy. All right, we'll get some more. We'll be right back. And keep in mind, I drove this car in the shop because the thermostat was closed on the cooler lines. All right, now it's full. One more hit just in case. Golden, Jerry, golden. What?
48 more hours.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah.
48 more hours until we get really sad. Well, all right, guys. That is a day in the books, a big day. We got a lot done. Just got to put the bumper on this car tomorrow. It's done. We got that evaporator done. We got the Avalanche done, running great. Everything, a good day. Hopefully we can pick up where we left off tomorrow, throw this bumper on, and see what else we can get done. Hope you'll be there. Maybe you'll torque the like button before you leave today's video. Subscribe if you're new. Check out the Amazon store, the Sticker Mule store, links in the description. More than anything, I hope I see you in another video, because you're awesome.